Today we're looking at Deep Signal Trade Analyzer, currently using Cobra as the input signal to evaluate Maximum Favorable Excursion, MFE, and Maximum Adverse Excursion, MAE. We've added a powerful visualization feature, profit target and stop-loss lines, directly on the chart. In this example, we have two long trade signals from Cobra. They are represented by the two green lines in the Cobra indicator window going from 0 to 1. We are going to add profit target and stop-loss lines on the chart that are derived from the Trade Analyzer MFE and MAE. To enable this, simply go into the Trade Analyzer settings and turn on Show Profit Target and Stop-Loss Lines. Once enabled, the platform will automatically plot where your statistically derived profit target and stop-loss levels should be. The red lines represent the stop-loss lines, and the green lines on the chart represent the profit target lines. If you have a short trade, then the green profit target lines will be below the trade entry. Here, you can see the profit target below entry and the stop-loss above, both calculated from historical trade behavior. This gives you an immediate, data-driven view of trade expectations. We have also introduced percentage-based reference lines. This allows you to define custom levels, such as 70% of your profit target or 80% of your stop-loss. When enabled, these additional lines appear between your entry and full target levels, helping you fine-tune partial exits or manage risk more precisely. For example, this line represents 70% of the full profit target distance, while this one marks 80% of the stop distance. For this long trade signal, here is 70% of the MFE and the full MFE value. Now, we are going to change the signal input for Trade Analyzer. A sample NinjaScript file called Trade Analyzer Signal Sample has been added that you can update that can be used as input to Trade Analyzer. We'll show the simple changes that are needed to allow you to create your own input for long and short trade entries. We are going to remove the current Cobra indicator and add in our Trade Analyzer signal sample that will plot a +1 for long entries and -1 for short entries. In this example, the logic is straightforward. When the fast-moving average crosses above the slow-moving average, a long signal is generated. When it crosses below, a short signal is triggered. Because this is fully modifiable, you can plug in your own strategy logic and feed it directly into Trade Analyzer. Next, we will assign the Trade Analyzer signal sample as input to Trade Analyzer, so that anytime Trade Analyzer signal sample sets a value of 1 to the plot, the Trade Analyzer will mark that as a long trade. Or if the Trade Analyzer signal sample sets a value of -1, it will be marked as a short trade. On the chart, here are our familiar profit target and stop-loss lines we saw using Cobra as input. You will notice on the lowest indicator on the chart, we have the Trade Analyzer signal sample. Anytime the signal reaches +1, that is a long signal, and when it goes down to -1, that is a short signal. Here is what the source code looks like for the Trade Analyzer signal sample indicator. The logic is simply when the fast-moving average crosses above the slow-moving average, a long signal is generated. When it crosses below, a short signal is triggered. Because this is fully modifiable, you can plug in your own strategy logic and feed it directly into Trade Analyzer. This gives you a complete, visual framework for understanding trade structure, managing exits, and validating your edge. Deep Signal Trade Analyzer gives you something most traders never truly have: clarity. Instead of guessing where to take profits or cut risk, you're making decisions based on how your trades actually perform. On the chart, we can see a long signal that was generated. The first green line is 70% of the MFE. The second green line is the full MFE value. Likewise, we can see the closest red line to the trade entry is at 80% of the MAE, and the next red line is the full MAE value. When we look at short trade entries, the profit target lines will be below the trade entry, and the stops will be above. The percentage-based profit target and stop lines are adjustable so that you can trade within your own risk tolerance. Thank you for watching, and stop guessing your exits and start executing levels proven by your own trades.